I'm Chuck Thoman. This is my wife, Diana. 8 years ago, Diana and I decided to have some children, and we did in vitro and had Taylor and her twin brother, Kyle. And about 9 months later, our pediatrician discovered a strange reflection of light in Taylor's eyes. A few days after that, she was diagnosed with retinoblastoma in both eyes. Diana found a doctor out in California. He's probably the leading treater of this type of cancer in the world. But that required us to go out there every 3 weeks for chemo and other treatments. And what led us to Angel Flight was not having the financial means to fly every 3 weeks for several years. And without Angel Flight, that would have had a much greater impact on our family.
On the first flight, do you remember that?
I remember it quite well. It was in Beechcraft V-tail, 4-seater. Guy flew us down to Mesquite, and then a man from near San Diego flew to Mesquite and then flew us to Burbank. Got us to where we needed to be, which resulted in her getting the best treatment possible.
Angel Flight West is a group of volunteer pilots that use airplanes like these, donated, to help people in need of often life-saving health care or other compelling human needs. Every day at Angel Flight West, there's over 10 flights taking off, helping those in need across the 13 western states.
Angel Flight West's dedicated and passionate staff spends every day in the office working with our generous pilots who donate the time and cost of flying their aircraft to get passengers who have medical needs from their homes, usually in remote areas, to medical facilities in large cities. Every day, those two groups work together to create miracles, sometimes life-saving miracles.
The response I usually get when I tell people about Angel Flight is, wow, the pilots do all of that for free? Well, who pays for the fuel? Well, guess what? The pilots pay for that too. There's 5,000 rural airports scattered across the country. Many of the people living in those areas have no access to good health care. So the only way for them to get there reliably and affordably is through donated travel by our volunteer pilots and our commercial airline partners.
Most of my patients have interesting stories. Probably one of the most unique was a woman who had a very serious cancer, and in fact she passed away. And after she passed away, we discovered that she had made a quilt with the name of every Angel Flight pilot and every person who had helped her along the way. And we have that quilt.
I can't tell you enough what these flights have meant to me, and I know they would mean to other people. There are so many people out there who are on a fixed income who, without this Angel Flight, wouldn't be able to get to these medical treatments.
When you or a loved one is sick or ill, there's so much to worry about around the actual medical condition that when you complicate that with transportation, it becomes completely overwhelming. So our partners take that stress completely away. You're literally picked up and delivered so you can focus on getting better, on healing.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. My pleasure.
We're not going to forget this.
Angel Flight West arranges air transportation for people in need of health care or that have other compelling human service needs. Natural disasters.
Oh, so glad to see you all.
For special needs camps for kids. And they also fly blood, tissue, and organs in support of other nonprofit healthcare charities.
A 4-year-old girl from St. George is in the fight for her life against cancer, and each time she needs treatment, it's a 5-hour drive each way. The charity Angel Flight West flew Talia and her mom to Salt Lake City and back, saving Tasha not just time and gas, but making a real difference for her daughters.
Angel Flight provided transportation for Mr. Monroe. Volunteer group.
The program's called Angel Flight.
We have a very fine relationship with Angel Flight, who has been gracious enough to fly these kids to their parents.
After a successful treatment, he was discharged this morning and put on an Angel Flight home.
Justin spent the last week in a Southern California hospital, and now that it's time to go home, Angel Flight is giving him a lift, splitting the duties between two volunteer pilots.
And through Angel Flight, offered to fly Matthew and his parents home for the special occasion.
Yeah.
Boy, what a program.
That is phenomenal. All volunteer. Incredible. Those guys are angels.
Really feel somewhat like a real angel?
I feel like I'm doing a real service. If that's what an angel feels like, then I guess I feel like an angel.
Thanks to a company called Angel Flight, we have flown in your dad.
Angel Flight and Angel Pilots are wonderful.
It's okay.
They helped us out in a time that we needed them.
We've made a major improvement in the lives of tens of thousands of people. We've gone from flying 50 missions a year to flying thousands of missions a year. Angel Flight 5 Gulf Juliet, taxi southeast, run up via Bravo.
Those people who provide their resources, their airplanes, their time, their money, their passion to help other people are making the world a better place. They're our heroes.
So every day when you look up, there's an Angel Flight pilot flying somewhere in the United States. I promise you, multiple pilots flying somewhere in the United States, taking people in social or medical need to or from treatment.